The 1950s brought us Kraft cheese singles and gooey Cheese Whiz, but forms of shelf-stable, processed American cheese have been around since the early 1900s. Today we're going to make a 1950s appetizer recipe using processed cheese spread. Now this recipe is from the Epworth Favorites Women's Society cookbook from Durham, North Carolina. This recipe is super easy. We're going to whip most of this jar of cheese spread with a half a stick of slightly softened butter. The recipe calls for 5 ounces of cheese, but this brand contains 6.5, so I have a little bit left over. And once we whip the cheese and butter till smooth, we add a half a cup of flour and a pinch of salt. The mixture will stiffen up and you can form the dough into 1-inch balls. I find that it's easier to drop these in the size I need and then go back and roll them into neat balls later. We need to refrigerate these for at least 2 hours. Our balls of dough have been in the refrigerator for 2 hours and they're ready to bake at 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. One thing I like about this recipe is that you can freeze some of the dough balls and they're ready to bake anytime. The only difference is that you need to increase the baking time about 5 minutes if you're baking from frozen. I love these cheese crunchies. They taste just like Cheez-Its crackers, only they're giant compared to Cheez-Its, and they're homemade. So delicious and such an easy recipe. Definitely a 1950s church cookbook recipe worth trying.